Welcome in, Kindreds. It's Megan, and today we are going to make some Happy Mail and some pen pal mail. I am taking part in Mailtober, or at least some of the prompts. So that's what that little card is. This envelope here is the fantasy theme one I'm doing. I love the moth background. I've got like a little knight and dragon and fairy, and I thought just the shine of it kind of has that fantasy look. I may add some more to it. These are never quite done. This mushroom circle one with all the mushies, and oh, I love that sticker so much. This one is done though, I think, and I'm actually going to send this one to Lizzie, who's running the challenge, Lizzie's Letters, because I feel like she would enjoy it. I hope she would. I feel like we have some similarities in our aesthetic when it comes to the cottagecore love stuff. So two I wanted to make on camera with you, and then I'll do a little envelope for her. So I'm going to do a botanical theme one with that scrapbook. And then this one, I think there's a theme called oak. I know it's not quite oak paper there, but it'll do, right? It doesn't have to be super literal. So this envelope I opened up, and I'm going to use it as my template to trace and cut out these scrapbook pieces now. I know you can buy the envelope templates, but I thought I'll just use what I have, and maybe I'll use that and put it on like a hard piece of plastic and then I can use it. But that's how I made all four of these. All four of these come from different paper packs, scrapbook paper packs as well. And then I just fold them down, glue them together, and bam, you've got a pretty little envelope. So this oak wood theme one, I really love the gold in it. This is from that same paper pack. I am going to use an X-Acto knife and cut it out. I just thought the florals in this and the colors screamed autumn and would be so lovely. I do want the wood to still kind of come through, so it is still giving you part of that challenge. But I also just really wanted to kind of layer and play with the idea of the circle. Here you can see I'm going through like my specialty Etsy stickers looking for inspiration, and I've been dying to use some of these sweet little witchy girls, and so I will. And I don't want to like overdo this envelope. I kind of, the mushroom one may be overdone. In this little gold box, you can see I've got some of my other botanicals and kind of autumn things. These actually look better than I thought they did, but they do fade away a little bit, where these flowers, they have kind of like a woodsy look to them. So I was like, that goes with the oak theme there. I love trees. I really have been liking browns and greens and cranberry colors too for autumn. I feel like they totally get overshadowed by the oranges and golden tones, but a little bit of everything, right? So that's why I thought all these envelopes have a little bit different feel. I love this girl. She was the first one I thought of for this spread. I would wear that outfit in a heartbeat. Yes, I would. I have been really loving long skirts and dresses lately. I'm just going to add a little bit of these bits here too for cohesiveness. And then I had a brilliant idea, is to mimic that circle in the middle. And that is where I'm going to write my pen pal's address. Sometimes I will just use my label maker and add them, so especially on busier envelopes, so that my postal worker can actually find where the envelope's going to. Oftentimes too, I will wrap everything in clear wrap and then put a label on it. So yeah, this one, I feel like that is brilliant. It almost looks like it's a little portal. So I'm just adding a couple more little bits for intrigue. Of course, I have to have a little bit of mushrooms. I'm just loving mushrooms, especially for fall season. And this pen here, I just got to get it to work. I'm just adding some little like crosses or little like little starry bits, just because I want to pick up some of that gold from that big circle and from the lines in the wood, just to fill a little space. And I don't want it to be too much. I do want some little bits of empty space in there as well, but really just to kind of accent it. And yeah, it's simple, but I think it's pretty and it works. Now, the botanical one, I knew I wanted to use one of actually these stickers, which are from Lizzie's letters. I am so sorry about the jumping of the camera. When it wiggles, I have my camera set up on an arm, which is attached to a bookcase, which is in the window, which a sweet little gray and white cat that I love dearly jumps up and down on, especially when I'm making videos. And he likes to sit there perched and look down at the street. When I come home too, when I pull in, I see him and I call to him and he runs down the stairs to greet me. He is just such a delight. I'd never had cats before. I am allergic to quite a few cats, but see there, that was Digby jumping in the window. Sorry, but my husband had Digby before I knew either of them, and now he is definitely my baby. It's really sweet how pets go to different people for different things. Like he knows I've got the treats, or or I think he goes to my husband for affection because he's, his primary parent, if you will. So I'm going to start sticking stuff down. Again, I don't want to completely get rid of the green, and there's going to be a lot of green on this spread. Normally I like to break it up more, but I was just feeling it. I also have a dog, Bogey. He is 3. Digby just turned 8. And he is a little Boston Terrier with a big attitude, a good attitude, very happy-go-lucky, a little bit bull in a china chop, but so lovable. Okay, so there's the basis, but I do want to kind of add botanicals. And these stickers I have been like itching to use, and I feel like they just scream autumn time, right? And that woodsy feel, perfect for the botanical look as well. So needs a little bit more, right? I am going to just keep layering these red ones. I was like, I just didn't know if I wanted to use, but they'll make a presence in a little bit. I wanted to tell you too, my name on Instagram is also MeagansDiary. Please feel free to connect with me there. You'll see more pictures and some reels and little things, but pretty much daily, more or less. I go up and down a little bit, but mostly daily. I also have in my links on Instagram, I've got like a link tree in the description, and that has that'll send you back here if you get lost ever, and it will send you to my GoodReads. But I also have a Google form for pen pals. So I've had people over the years ask if I'm accepting new pen pals. If and when I am, that's where I will go. It's hard to say, like I feel like I've got a good amount, but you never know. So if you think we would be kindreds and you've been watching me, or you just found my channel, hi, I'm Megan. I am an avid reader, pen pal writer, journal keeper, not in that order. They all kind of go up and down a little bit. And I love the old world things, but I do like modern amenities and stuff. That's the thing where people say, like, you're an old soul, or born at the wrong time. It's like, oh, but I don't really want to use an outhouse or whatnot. Or, if I was reincarnated, I probably would have been, a chambermaid or something like that. Who knows? But here I am just going to play with getting the right textures and getting a little bit of this brown color in here. So in terms of pen paling, I've been pen paling most of my life. And letter writing is very near and dear to me. I do enjoy exchanging just happy mail, but I am an INFJ. If you know your Myers-Briggs, my rivers do run deep. Yes, I like to talk about just whatever's going on in life, what movie I saw or what I'm reading, but I do like deeper topics too. I don't shy away from those. I do not like somebody telling me what to think or believe, and vice versa. So I'm very, very mindful of that in talking about things like politics and religion. Speaking of which, let's just dive in. I recently have had quite a few pen pals put on pause because they cannot send mail to the US. Now, some of them, like one of my friends, she sent me a letter via email, and I'm going to reply to her and send it to her via snail mail. But hopefully soon, mail will resume in her country to the US. So that is one of the caveats to being my friends is like, I don't know if you can send mail. I live in California. And yeah, let's see. Okay, so this sticker I am cutting in half. I don't know where I was going with that. I live in California, but just in case you were wondering, I'm guessing from my accent you could tell that I'm American. And boom, that one was done. So this one, we're coming back to it because I want to send one of my Halloween cards. I've got a pack of these to Lizzie, and I want to make. I'm not going to really make a Happy Mail envelope, but I want to make I want to add some goodies for her. And so that mushroom card, you can see the back has got this kind of vintage lady on it, but I'm going to cover her up. So the little envelope there that I'm going to adhere, it is from a stationery pack, but it doesn't completely fit, but that's okay because we'll add a little bit of this gingham, which is like my favorite kind of print right now. It's just so kind of wholesome and gives me those cottagecore vibes that I love so dearly. So we're gonna do that. We'll add that on top over and kind of center it, and I'll add a little bit of intrigue on there later on. I think I actually stamp it, but after I finished filming. So that is another thing, is where I struggle to film for you in live time. It's because, first of all, when I write letters, they can take days. Or when I make Happy Mail, it's like, I'll do some, then I'll go have a coffee, then I'll do some more. So to sit down and just turn my brain on and have it finish the whole thing, it does take a bit of time. All right. So I got a little bit better lighting here, and you can see I've added a little bit of washi there to cover up. I do want to put some background here, even though I'm planning to put a band so I can include a couple little cards and things for Lizzie. I just think I love the patchwork look, surprise, surprise. And I think it just adds a little bit of intrigue, but I don't really want squared edges. So you can see everything is getting torn. So it kind of looks weathered, but on purpose. The whole idea to me is that, like, come inside my cottage and I just threw these things together for you, and messy on purpose. I really enjoy that look. And so I am just gonna keep layering little bits, and then I will put, like, I think some people call them a belly band. I don't know. Just a little piece of paper that will hold everything all together in there. And I'll write her a little note that I'm going to do off camera. I whacked the camera that time. It wasn't Digby's fault. Cannot blame it on the kitty. So yeah, he's such a friendly cat. It's been so interesting living with a cat, because I never had before. So yeah, we'll add that there. I'm going to glue it. I'm going to tape it down too. And again, I'm whacking the camera. Bear with me. Part of my channel is a little bit real life messiness, hence my crafting scissors, which I get comments on all the time, like, clean your scissors. But those are kind of the ones, like, if I'm going to cut something really beautiful, I won't be using those. Here I'm just looking for little bits that incorporate that mushroom theme a little bit more, just so there's a bit of continuity. It's okay to me if it doesn't match perfectly. I also, that little flower, I end up covering it with a little leaf sticker, but I wanted to put something there so that it would kind of feel like these things all go together, not too much on purpose, but like accidentally on purpose, but not accident. So yeah. I know I'm rambling on and on, but that's part of what this journal is. Okay, so you can see what I've added here, and I've got my band. That top right corner, I add some mushrooms up there too. So this is just a postcard, but look at those mushrooms. Isn't this dreamy? It would be a beautiful journal cover. I also have these cards, which are like wellness cards. I'm going to give her one of these, just kind of random, but I thought the coffee looks spooky. More cards that I have. These are animals with little sayings, and I actually sometimes I'll just randomly pick one for a friend, but this one I thought I wanted to send her something kind of cute and cozy, and guess what I came up with, guys? A sloth. I don't know why that one, just I loved his little expression. These cards I think are so precious, backwards and front, and this one kept coming out, the path card. So again, just kind of fun to either she can give them along to somebody else or keep them for herself. My little bin here has little witches and moons, so I'm going to give her a couple of little witch stickers. Because this is not really like happy Halloween mail, but it is also. And here a couple of moons that kind of have the same like autismal kind of golden feel to me. And I don't know, they're kind of fun as well. I've had these for a couple years now too. All right, and then these are two higher end stickers, both with the mushroom theme. I thought she may enjoy. You can see I added that little bit of leaf there. So I do add some, I'm going to add a little bit in that top corner, but I wanted to show you what the finished product look like. So these are that's my mushroom envelope, my fantasy envelope, my wood one, and my botanical. Lots of love.